Ronald Wayne is a name that is not as well known as Steve Jobs or Steve Wozniak, but he played an important role in the founding of Apple Incorporated. He was one of the three co-founders of the company, along with Jobs and Wozniak, and was responsible for drafting the original partnership agreement that established Apple as a business. However, Wayne left the company after just 12 days, selling his 10% share for a mere $800. Today, his story serves as a cautionary tale for those who underestimate the potential of a new and innovative startup. In the mid-1970s, the world of personal computing was still in its infancy. There were no personal computers as we know them today, and the idea of a computer being something that could fit on a desk or in a home was a foreign concept. It was in this world that three men, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald G. Wayne, came together to create what would eventually become one of the most successful companies in history. While Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak are well-known names in the tech world, Ronald Wayne is not as widely known. Ronald Wayne was born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1934. After graduating from the School of Industrial Arts in New York in 1953, he worked a variety of jobs in the engineering field. In 1971, he started his own engineering firm, Cyan, which was based in Las Vegas and specialized in slot machines. Unfortunately, Cyan failed, leaving Wayne with immense trauma and a newfound aversion to risk. In 1976, Wayne found himself working as the chief draftsman at Atari, a newly founded video game company. It was here that he met Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. One night, Wayne invited the two men to his home, and they had a passionate discussion about the future of computing. Eventually, Steve Jobs convinced Ronald Wayne to join him and Steve Wozniak in founding Apple Computer to sell personal computers. Though Wayne was initially hesitant, he eventually agreed to join the team. From the beginning, it was clear that Jobs and Wozniak would be the major owners, and Wayne would be the lesser owner. Jobs and Wozniak would own a 45% stake, while Wayne would own the remaining 10%. Apple Computer Company was founded on April 1, 1976, by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne. Jobs was responsible for electrical engineering and marketing, Wozniak was responsible for electrical engineering, and Wayne took care of the mechanical engineering and documentation. Ronald Wayne played an important role in the founding of Apple Computer in 1976. Wayne was brought in as a third co-founder alongside Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak and was responsible for designing the first Apple logo, creating the original partnership agreement, and overseeing mechanical engineering and documentation. Despite his relatively short tenure with the company, Wayne's contributions were significant in shaping the early days of Apple. Wayne's first major contribution to Apple was the design of the company's first logo, a classic Victorian woodcut-style image of Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree. Along with the image, the logo featured a border with the quote, "A mind forever wandering through strange seas of thought alone." The logo was a nod to Apple's innovative and creative spirit, and it helped establish the company's brand identity from the outset. Another key contribution Wayne made to Apple was the creation of the original partnership agreement, which defined the roles and responsibilities of each co-founder, as well as outlining the distribution of equity and profits. The agreement also established a set of principles that would guide the company's decision-making process, including a commitment to quality, innovation, and customer satisfaction. This involved creating detailed schematics and technical drawings, as well as developing user manuals and other documentation to help customers understand how to use the products. They started working on building their first prototype of the Apple I with the money Jobs earned by Wozniak earned by selling his HP calculator. The Apple I was a computer kit that allowed hobbyists to play around with selling their VW microbus and the new world of PCs. Once the prototype for the product, along with the paperwork and $15,000 for funding, was ready, the first produced unit was used in a high school math class. Over 200 units were produced, and they were all sold out within the next 10 months. However, just 12 days after Apple was founded, Wayne decided to sell his share back to Jobs and Wozniak for just $800. Wayne was worried about the financial risks involved in starting a new company, and he was also concerned about the other two co-founders' lack of business experience. So he decided to sell his share back to Jobs and Wozniak and pursue other ventures. Wayne's decision to leave Apple has often been viewed as a missed opportunity, as the company went on to become one of the most successful and valuable companies in history. After leaving Apple, Wayne went on to work as an engineer and later started his own business dealing with stamps and coins, which had to be shut down due to the collapse of the stamps and coins market. Later, he lost all his life savings in a house robbery and had to sell his house in Florida to recover the losses. In the early 2010s, Wayne wrote 2 books, Adventures of an Apple Founder and Insolence of Office. In these books, he discussed his time at Apple and the reasons behind his decision to leave the company. He also talked about the lessons he learned from his experience, including the importance of taking risks and the need for a solid business plan. Despite Wayne's departure from Apple, the company continued to thrive. In 1984, Apple released the Macintosh, which became an iconic product and a turning point for the company. The Macintosh was the first commercially successful personal computer to use a graphical user interface and a mouse, making it easier for users to interact with the computer. Ronald G. Wayne may not be a household name like Steve Jobs or Steve Wozniak, but he played a crucial role in the early days of Apple. As a key co-founder alongside Jobs and Wozniak, Wayne was responsible for designing the company's first logo, writing the original partnership agreement, and providing key business advice during the company's formative years. At the time, Wayne's departure was seen as a surprise, and many speculated that he had made a mistake in leaving the company. However, Wayne himself has no regrets about his decision, stating that he felt that he was not the right fit for Apple's culture and direction at the time. Despite missing out on the financial windfall that would come with Apple's eventual success, Wayne has expressed that he is content with his decision and that he has found success in other ventures throughout his life. Wayne's story is a reminder that success is not always measured by financial gain or widespread recognition. While Jobs and Wozniak went on to become household names and billionaires, Wayne's decision to leave Apple allowed him to pursue other passions and to live a life that aligned more closely with his values and interests. In the years following his departure from Apple, Wayne pursued a variety of endeavors, including stints in the video game and stamp collecting industries, as well as writing a memoir about his experiences with Apple. Despite the financial and cultural significance of Apple, Wayne's story is a testament to the power of individual choice and the importance of staying true to one's values and interests. While the tech world may continue to celebrate the achievements of more famous figures, Ronald G. Wayne's role in Apple's early days serves as a reminder that success can take many forms, and that the decisions we make in life are ultimately what define our paths to fulfillment and satisfaction.
Thank you for watching. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe and share.